Salutations everybody, it is Matty here today, and we are going to be discussing, speculating, and analyzing the recent Borderlands 3 tech demo today. And if you guys don't know, I've actually made a lot of Borderlands content in the past. I've been a fan of this franchise for a long time. I have some amazing co-op memories with it, so seeing a Borderlands 3 tech demo was incredibly exciting for me. But before I get into that, I want to cover one thing. Some people wondered if Borderlands 3, or just a new Borderlands game in general, was actually confirmed or even in development after this tech demo. Well, it actually has been a decent amount of time since it was confirmed. Gearbox CEO Randy Pitchford, the same man who hosted this tech demo, tweeted, "We are recruiting for the next Borderlands. This is the big one. Industry badass, email me." Furthermore, during the demo, he says that they're still working on it and they'll get to us soon. More on that in a bit. For now, let's talk about the tech demo in general and what we can draw from it in the terms of speculation. Randy Pitchford intentionally stated that before the panel, the things shown were not a video game, but rather a technology demonstration. Now, while I do believe him, there are a few things throughout said tech demo that practically negate what he had said. For starters, we have a new character model, but the face is intentionally blocked. Now, I may be a skeptic here, but I imagine with the confirmation of a new Borderlands that this hidden face is likely a new character we can possibly play as. Lone made a great bit of speculation I can get behind, which is that one of the new playable characters could be Tiny Tina. That would be amazing because she is hands down one of the best characters, if not the best, to enter the Borderlands franchise. There's so many colorful characters, but to be able to play as her would be something special. Anyway, the other thing that negates this is that there are new assets we see throughout. Not that they couldn't have been created specifically for a tech demo, but as I said, with a new Borderlands confirmed, it's hard to imagine all we see here wasn't going to be a part of the next Borderlands title. We see engines, we see a plane-like construction, we see a new texture that's more metallic, we see a lot of things that can more than likely be a part of the upcoming Borderlands game. As for the tech demo itself, speculation aside, I really liked what I saw, especially seeing Borderlands without the outlines that it normally has. It shows you how much of a difference it makes with the game's art style because it's so subtle in the scheme of things. It looks arguably beautiful without the outlines. It's hard to really recognize it is Borderlands. Not that Borderlands doesn't look good with the outlines, but those outlines do give it a more cartoonish look that obviously makes the game stand out because art style and I think graphical beauty can be separated into two different categories. For me, I'll take Borderlands art style every single day. I'm just saying that it's actually surprising at how good this game looks without the outlines. We also get a look at how shadows work in Unreal Engine 4, which is pretty neat as we can see the shadow moving along the tarp, which is waving a bit due to the wind. Most of the time the shadow is static along a moving tarp, so it's just a small little difference, a small bit of detail there, but still something that's really cool. And when you're on the other side, you can actually see the shadow through, which is yet again another cool piece. Back to a bit of speculation though. Vinlick Puma Gaming is a YouTuber I watch from time to time, and he suggested that modding could be something that comes to Borderlands because Ark Survival Evolved uses Unreal Engine 4, is multiplayer, and just recently came out with their own mod program. Now, I don't know about you, but I didn't realize until he said that how much I think Borderlands 3 needs mods, but I think a lot more games need mods. I want to see a new title, a new franchise get that Bethesda level of modding support that they get through Skyrim and Fallout 4, where we've seen other games do mod support, but I haven't seen it catch on as much as a Bethesda game. Granted, I'm a little bit deeper in that community, so maybe I notice it more than others, but as we all know, modding is great because it extends longevity. You get to see community creations. It's a fun time, and community creations has always been a great thing that we've seen encouraged in gaming as time has gone on. We recently saw in the Doom Snap map where you could create your own levels or challenges, but we also seen that many times with Halo and its Forge mode. So we all know that community created levels and so on have been great for video games, and I'd really like to see that come to Borderlands because I can imagine a lot of cool challenges coming up. One of the big things though is that Borderlands is very reliant on its audio, on its dialogue specifically, and it's hard to imagine how a mission could be very interesting when you don't have some crazy unique character yelling into the intercom. But once again, this could be fixed through the mod support, or perhaps someone could do the voice acting for it like we've seen in Bethesda games in the past. Anyway, as I mentioned in the beginning of the video, when Randy said that they're still working on Borderlands and they'll get to us soon, for me, when I heard that, I was like, okay, let's take a look at PAX East. That's the upcoming event. It's just next week. I'm gonna be there. And when I looked, I saw Gearbox is actually hosting a panel. It says this is your opportunity to get a behind the scenes look at Gearbox software and Gearbox publishing, along with the latest news and updates from the makers of Borderlands, Battleborn, Brothers in Arms, and more. We will have never before seen reveals, exclusives, and surprises, so don't miss out. Now, Battleborn just recently got its 5th campaign DLC, and by the way, Battleborn is incredibly underrated. I suggest if you played it when it first came out and then you play it again, you'll see a huge difference. It's still a blast, but nonetheless is that recently got DLC. That's currently the only project out for Gearbox that could receive DLC, so I'm imagining that won't be a big, never before seen reveal. Maybe they'll have some discussion on Battleborn, but I'd imagine this will be possibly a game reveal of some kind, and I wouldn't be surprised if he said we'll get to you soon. Well, soon is in a couple of weeks at the point in time he said that, and then you look at PAX East coming up and they have a never before seen reveal. The stars certainly align on this. I'm not saying it confirms anything, but still, it most certainly is exciting. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know your thoughts on the Borderlands 3 tech demo in the comments down below, as well as what you want to see in an upcoming Borderlands game. Other than that, be sure to follow me on Twitter, like me on Facebook. The links are in the description, as well as my Patreon. Be sure to consider contributing to that, as it does fuel the content we create here. Stay sexy, stay active. I love you all. Peace.